an organic pickle maker, a fluffer in a strip club, a sustainable goat herder, a transgender ventriloquist. Certain professions are so freaky and marginal that they sound more like the punchline of a Monty Python sketch. Tonight, I'm going to prove to you unequivocally and joyfully that the real opportunities today lie in these freaky marginal areas where you've never looked, the dusty corners of the world. That is where you should be looking if you want creative satisfaction and a groovy job. I should know because I am, drumroll, the world's most famous window dresser. Oh yeah. Let's talk about window dressing for a moment. Now, window dresser is one of those stigmatized professions that if it showed up on your child's what I want to do when I grow up list, you would probably drag him to a psychiatrist and, have him severely inspected. But I'm here to tell you that the reality is very different. Now, how did I get started in this field? I got started in this field when I left college. My mother said to me, you need to get a job. So I did the obvious thing. I got a job demolishing public toilets. Yes, it was every bit as disgusting and horrible as it sounds. And on the third week, I got fired, and I was walking home past the dusty little department store in my little town, and I thought, that is more moi, working in the store, right? So I went in, and I got a job selling clocks and watches. And there was a recession at the time, so there were no customers. So all I had to do was dust these clocks and watches. And eventually I got bored, and I thought, goodness me, the window display people are having so much more fun than I am. So I begged my way into an entry-level job in the display department. And, I was happy to be surrounded by kindred spirits, to be in this freaky little display studio. I never imagined it would catapult me across the Atlantic, win me a shelf full of awards, and bring me all this creative satisfaction. Okay, so once I got the lay of the land, I looked around and I thought, goodness me, these displays are so boring and so tragic that it's frightening. You know the kind, a broken finger on the mannequin, a wig on sideways. So I thought this profession is ripe for reinvention. So I made a list of all the taboo-busting, freaky-ass things that have never been done in a window, and I did them. Beginning with the next slide. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh God, see, now I've got, go back, because that's important. So this is a good example. Coyote abductions. No one ever did that in a window. So I did all these horrifying things, mannequins in coffins, people hanging themselves. I put stuffed rats in windows with little, dicky bow ties on. Anything obnoxious and appalling that had never been done in a window, I did it. And I got a lot of notoriety for it. I also, yes, toilets from the wrecking yard for no reason. I won't say that again. Yes, celebrity caricatures. That was one of my signature moves to start in the 80s, before celebrity culture had sort of come back. I started thinking, people are starting to talk about celebrities again, which they didn't in the 70s. So in the 80s, people getting more excited about celebrities. Prince, hello, Little Red Corvette. Madonna, the mesmerizing mistress of perpetual reinvention, dyeing her hair again. Madge, again in her Gautier pointy bra outfit. So the Queen with a fire extinguisher between her legs, because it was that year that Windsor Castle burnt down. So here I am, busting taboos in this freaky-ass, marginal, much reviled profession. And oh, I am the only person ever to have put Margaret Thatcher in a dominatrix outfit. The Iron Lady. The Iron Lady in a dungeon, ironing, etc. So, the other thing, my other big claim to fame, is that I invented the messy window, the disgusting messy window full of cigarette butts, etc., running out of time. So your takeaway from all this, what is your takeaway from all this? Good question. Your takeaway is that the freaky, marginal nooks and crannies of the world, that is where you're going to get creative opportunities, not by becoming a hedge funder or joining the NFL or becoming the next JC. You're going to find freaky, interesting, mind-expanding, creatively fulfilling work in the freaky-ass nooks and crannies of the world. Thank you.